The story of Asia. Welcome. Welcome to Asia, the largest, oldest, and most diverse continent on Earth. Asia is not just a place, it is a world of worlds. It holds the highest mountains, the deepest valleys, the oldest civilizations, and more than half of humanity. Every major idea of civilization, writing, farming, religion, trade, empire, either began here or was shaped here. Asia feels endless. It feels ancient. It feels alive. To understand Asia is to understand where human history truly began. Now, let us begin. Part 1. The Birth of Asia and the First Civilizations. Asia's story starts with land, vast, powerful, and unforgiving. From frozen Siberia in the north to tropical islands in the south, from deserts in the west to fertile river valleys in the east, Asia contains every type of environment known to humans. This geography shaped everything. Early humans migrated into Asia tens of thousands of years ago. They followed rivers, hunted animals, and learned to survive in extreme conditions. Some lived in cold tundra, others in dense forests, and many settled near rivers where life was easier. Rivers became the heart of civilization. The Indus River supported early cities in what is now Pakistan and India. The Tigris and Euphrates rivers gave life to Mesopotamia, often called the cradle of civilization. The Yellow and Yangtze rivers helped build ancient China. These river valleys allowed farming to grow, food to be stored, and communities to expand. With farming came stability. With stability came society. With society came civilization. People began building permanent homes. Villages turned into cities. Writing systems were created to record trade, laws, and history. Governments formed to organize people and protect resources. Asia gave birth to some of the world's first great civilizations. In Mesopotamia, humans wrote the first laws and invented early mathematics. In the Indus Valley, cities were carefully planned with drainage systems and organized streets. In China, early dynasties developed advanced agriculture, bronze tools, and philosophy. Religion and belief also emerged deeply in Asia. People looked at the sky, nature, and suffering, and asked important questions. Why are we here? What is right and wrong? What happens after death? Asia produced some of humanity's most powerful spiritual ideas. Hinduism explored duty, karma, and rebirth. Buddhism taught the path to inner peace and freedom from suffering. Confucianism focused on moral behavior, family, and social harmony. Taoism emphasized balance and natural flow. These ideas shaped millions of lives for thousands of years and still influence the world today. Trade connected Asia long before modern roads. The Silk Road linked East Asia with the Middle East and Europe. Along these routes, traders exchanged silk, spices, gold, ideas, religions, and cultures. Asia was never isolated. It was the center of global connection long before the modern age. Empires rose as societies grew stronger. Powerful kingdoms and empires appeared: Persian, Maurya, Han, and many others. They built roads, armies, and systems of law. They spread culture and technology, but they also fought wars and caused suffering. Still, Asia continued to grow. Innovation was constant. Paper, printing, gunpowder, the compass, and advanced medicine all emerged in Asia. These inventions changed the world, even beyond the continent. By the end of ancient times, Asia was already the heart of human civilization. Complex, creative, spiritual, and powerful. But with power came conflict. With wealth came invasion. With influence came struggle. Part 2. Empires, Invasions, and the age of great change. As Asia grew in wealth and knowledge, it also became a target. Its fertile lands, valuable resources, and strategic trade routes attracted conquerors from within and beyond the continent. For thousands of years, Asia experienced cycles of rise and fall, empires building greatness, then collapsing under pressure. One of the most powerful forces in Asian history was empire building. In Central and West Asia, the Persian Empire created one of the first large organized states in the world. It ruled through administration, law, and respect for local cultures. This model influenced future empires across Asia and Europe. In South Asia, the Maurya and Gupta empires brought unity, learning, and scientific progress. Mathematics, medicine, and philosophy flourished. The idea of zero, which later transformed global science, was developed here. In East Asia, China rose through dynasties: Han, Tang, Song, Ming, each adding layers of culture, governance, and innovation. China's civil service system, based on education and exams, showed that knowledge could be more powerful than birth. Meanwhile, nomadic empires reshaped Asia from the steppes. The Mongols, under Genghis Khan and his successors, created the largest land empire in history. Their conquests were brutal, but they also connected Asia more tightly than ever before. Trade expanded. Ideas traveled faster. East and West became linked on an unprecedented scale. Religion continued to spread. Islam moved across West and Central Asia, bringing new systems of learning, architecture, and law. Cities like Baghdad became centers of knowledge where science, astronomy, and philosophy thrived. Asia was not just a place of belief, but of intellectual growth. Then came a turning point. European powers arrived. Drawn by spices, silk, and wealth, European traders and colonizers slowly entered Asia. At first, they came as merchants. Later, they came as rulers. Colonization changed Asia deeply. Borders were redrawn. Economies were reshaped to serve foreign interests. Local industries were weakened. Cultures were challenged. For many Asian societies, this period brought pain and loss. But it also sparked resistance. Leaders, thinkers, and ordinary people began to question foreign control. National identity grew stronger. Movements for independence formed. Asia did not accept domination quietly. The 20th century became a time of dramatic change. World wars spread destruction across Asia. Empires collapsed. Colonies fought for freedom. Countries like India, Indonesia, and many others regained independence. China experienced revolution. Japan transformed itself into a modern power. New nations were born from struggle. Asia was reshaped politically, socially, and economically. Yet the wounds of colonialism and war did not disappear easily. Poverty, division, and conflict remained in many regions. Cold War tensions turned parts of Asia into battlegrounds for global powers. Still, Asia endured. The spirit of survival that began thousands of years earlier remained alive. That endurance defines modern Asia, a continent shaped by hardship yet driven by hope. Part 3. Modern Asia. Diversity, influence, and the human lesson. Modern Asia is a continent of contrast. Ancient temples stand beside glass skyscrapers. Traditional villages exist alongside megacities filled with technology. In Asia, the past and the future live together every day. Today, Asia is home to more than half of the world's population. Hundreds of languages are spoken. Thousands of cultures exist. No single story can fully describe it. Yet all these differences are connected by shared history and resilience. Economically, Asia has risen rapidly. Countries like China, India, South Korea, and Japan have become global engines of growth. Manufacturing, technology, medicine, and education continue to expand. Asian cities are shaping the future of innovation, trade, and digital life. At the same time, many parts of Asia still face challenges. Poverty, inequality, political tension, and environmental pressure affect millions. Climate change threatens coastlines and farmland. Rapid growth tests social balance. Asia's future depends on how it manages development while protecting people and nature. Culturally, Asia's influence is everywhere. Asian food, films, music, fashion, philosophy, and technology reach every corner of the world. Yoga, meditation, martial arts, anime, and traditional medicine have become global practices. Asia teaches the world different ways to think about life, balance, and meaning. Family remains central in many Asian societies. Respect for elders, responsibility to community, and long-term thinking shape daily life. Success is often measured not only by personal achievement, but by contribution to family and society. Asia's greatest lesson is endurance. This continent has faced invasions, disasters, colonization, and war, yet it continues to rise. Its people adapt, rebuild, and move forward without forgetting their roots. Asia reminds humanity of something essential. Progress is strongest when it respects history. Strength is greatest when guided by wisdom, and survival is possible even after the hardest struggles. Asia is not just the past of humanity, it is the present, and it will shape the future. The story of Asia continues, written every day by billions of lives.